מה טובו עליך יעקב משכנותיך ישראל מה טובו עליך יעקב משכנותיך
Shabbat Shalom Chavarim. This morning we will again use our Mishkan Tfilah, our Siddur. If you use the online version, please add always 20 page numbers to the announced page. On page 288 with a short reflection before we will begin the formal part of the service. It says, "May my life be one link in chain of goodness. As I say the prayer of my ancestors, help me to recall their devotion and faithfulness, their joy and suffering which are in every word. Holiness is my heritage. May I be worthy of it. May our tradition live in me and pass from me to generations I shall never know. Enriched by the truth that I have found and the good deeds I have done. So may I fulfill my task on earth and receive my blessing. And when the service ends and the prayers have ceased, help me to bring the Spirit into the world in which I live. May I love God above all and my neighbor as myself and be a living witness to the truth that never changes." On page 291 we have the beginning of the Birkot HaShachar, the blessings of the morning, and the first one is recognizing our bodies and our souls, and then we continue with the blessings of those little things that surround us, the daily miracles. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher yatsa et ha'adam b'chokhmah u'bara bo nikavim chalulim galui v'yadua lifnei kisei kvodecha she'im yabteach echad mehem o yesatem echad mehem אי אפשר להתקיים ולעמוד לפניך. ברוך אתה אדוני רופא כל בשר ומפליע הסוד. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי. אלוהי נשמה טהורה היא. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא. The soul that you have given me, O God, is pure. You created it, you formed it, you breathed it into me. And with me you sustain it so long as I have breath. Therefore I will give thanks to you, my God and the God of all ages, source of all being, loving guide of every human spirit. Baruch atah Adonai, אשר בידו נפש כל חי ורוח כל בשר איש. Before we begin to read the set of the Nisim B'chol Yom, the blessings for the daily miracles, just like to remind us there are other daily miracles not mentioned, but so important, especially in the time we're living in. All those doctors, health workers, the police, security officers, all those surround us and make sure that we are safe and protected, and should we get sick, that someone is looking after us. These are daily miracles that are worthy of many, many of our blessings. So may they be guided by the hand of God, by God, and be strengthened in their work. And we say, Yashar Koach to them, thank you for being there for us. On page 293 or 313 in the online edition, we have the Nisim B'chol Yom. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Natan L'Sei Bina Lehabrin Ben Yom Uben Laila.
Amen. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Pokeach Ivrim.
Amen. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Matia Asurim.
Amen. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Zokef Kefufim.
Amen. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Roka Haaretz Al Hamayim.
Amen. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Hamechin Mitzadei Gaber.
Amen. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Malbish Aromim.
Amen. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Hanoten Le'ayef Koach.
Amen. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Hama'avir Shena Me'enai Utnuma Me'afapai.
Amen. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam She'asani B'Tselem Elohim.
Amen. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam She'asani Ben Chorim.
Amen. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam She'asani Yisrael.
Amen. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Ozeh Yisrael B'Gvura.
Amen. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Otei Yisrael B'Tifara.
Amen. We turn to page 301 or 321 in the online edition for our next section, which is the Baruch Shama, and Chaim will read for us the English.
Blessed is the one who spoke and the world came to be.
Blessed is the one.
Blessed is the one who continually authors creation.
Blessed is the one whose word is deed.
Blessed is the one who decrees and fulfills.
Blessed is the one who is compassionate towards the world.
Blessed is the one who is compassionate towards all creatures.
Blessed is the one who rewards the reverent.
Blessed is the one who exists for all time, ever enduring.
Blessed is the one who redeems and saves.
Blessed is God's name.
With the songs of praise we exalt you and proclaim your sovereignty, for you are the source of life in the universe. One God, life of the universe, praised and glorious ruler, your name is eternal.
Baruch Ata Adonai Melech Mechulal Batishparot.
And we continue with Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat, a psalm, a song for Shabbat. It is good to praise God, to sing hymns to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your steadfast love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night. With a 10-string harp, with voice and lyre together, you have gladdened me by your deeds, O God. I shout for joy at your handiwork. How great are your works! Eternal One, how very subtle your designs! A brute cannot know, and a fool cannot understand this.
Share ישנים ורעננים יהיו צורים ולא המלצה בו.
Page 306. Hallelujah, 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 el bekocho, hallelujah, bekiyaozo, hallelujah, bikvorotav, hallelujah, kerov gulo, hallelujah, 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 beteka shofar, hallelujah, benevel vechino, hallelujah, betov umachon, hallelujah, beminim ve'ugav, hallelujah, 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 b'tzitzilei shama, hallelujah, b'tzitzilei tfuah, kol haneshama tehalleluya, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Kol haneshama tehalleluya, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol haneshama tehalleluya, hallelujah, hallelujah. Nishmat kol chai tevarech et shimcha, Adonai Eloheinu, ve'ruach kol basar kepa'er udromem, zichecha malkeinu tamid min ha'olam ve'ad ha'olam, let the soul of everything alive bless your name, eternal our God. In the spirit of all flesh, glorify and exalt your name forever, O sovereign. Transcending space and time, you alone are God. We have no Savior besides you. God of the first and the last, God of all creatures, God of all generations, whose praise in a multitude of praises, who guides the world with abundant loving kindness and all creatures with mercy. The Eternal One neither slumbers nor sleeps. We acknowledge that you alone awakens the sleeping, arouses those who are not alert, gives speech to the mute, And you loosen the bond of captives, supporting the fallen and strengthening those who are bent over. You alone do we acknowledge. Even if our mouths were full of song as the sea, and our tongues full of joy in countless waves, and our lips full of praise as wide as the sky expands, and where our eyes to give off light, like sun and moon, if our hands were spread out like heaven's eagles, and our feet swift like young deer, we could never thank you adequately, eternal our God and God of our ancestors. Oh, bless your name for 1,000 of the many thousands of tens of thousands, the countless times that you granted good things to our ancestors and to us. All hearts will fear you, while our very innards will sing your name. It is as the psalmist said, let all my bones exclaim, who is like you, O God? As David said, bless the Eternal, O my soul, and let all my organs and all my body praise your name. Ha'el b'ta'atzumot ozecha, ha'gadol b'chavot shemecha, ha'gibor la'netzach v'ha'nora b'norotecha. Ha'melech ha'yoshev al kisei ram v'nisa. Shochen ad marom v'kadosh shemo. V'chatuv hananu tzadikim b'Adonai, hayesherim na'avat eilah, v'fi yesharim tithalal, v'divrei tzadikim titbarach, ובלשון חסידים תדרומם, ובקרב קידושים תתקדש, ומקלות רבבות עמך בית ישראל, ברינה יתפאר שמך מלכנו בכל דור ודור. ישמח שמך לעד מלכנו, המלך הגדול והקדוש בשמיים ובארץ. May you always be praised, great and holy God, our sovereign in heaven and on earth. We offer our devotion, open our hearts in acclamation. Baruch atah Adonai, el melech gadol בתשבחות, אל ההודעות אדון הנפלאות, הבוחר בשירי זמרה, מלך אלכי העולמים. Please turn to page 313 or 333 in the online edition. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, melech haolam, yotzer or v'choshen, oseh shalom shalom uborei et hakol, yotzer עושה שלום שלום ובורא את הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, יוצא אור וחושך, עושה שלום שלום ובורא את הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני יוצר המאורות.
God of all creation, you are blessed with each soul's breath. Your greatness and goodness fill the world. Knowledge and understanding surround your glory. Holiest are you among the holy, seated in glorious splendor, radiating purity and justice, bestowing loving kindness. In knowledge and understanding you created the heavenly lights, giving them strength and power to bring light into the world. Full of splendor, they radiate brightness. The world is warmed by their flames. We rejoice in their comings and goings, reflecting the will of their Creator. Glory and honor they give to you, glowing praises to your rule. You call to the sun, and it gives forth light. You set the patterns of the moon. You are honored throughout the heavens with song and glory and praise, your glory and greatness by all the celestial host. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava.
Continue now with the Shema, which is to be found in our Sidurim on page 318. But once again, I invite you just to listen for a short moment to your heart, to the heartbeat, to how you inhale and exhale air into your body, and how this gives you strength.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשחתם לעוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Next page. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם ועשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף בתל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית וראיתם אותו וזרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטעו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. אמת ויציב ואהוב וחביב ונורא ואדיר וטוב ויפה הדבר הזה עלינו לעולם ועד. אמת אלוהי עולם מלכנו צור יעקב מגן ישענו, לדור ודור הוא קיים ושמו קיים וכיסו נכון ומלכותו ואמונתו לעד קיימת, ודבריו חיים קיימים נאמנים ונגמרים לעד ולעולמי עולמים, משה ומרים ובני ישראל לך ענו שירה בשמחה רבה, ואמרו כולם, and Moses and Miriam and the children of Israel sang a song to you in joy. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך רדה בקודש, נועד תהילות אוסף אלה. שירה חדשה שדרכו גאולים לשמך על שפת הים, יחד כולם הודו והמליכו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. The following is a quote out of our wonderful Tanakh from Exodus chapter from Devarim, and where Moses is asking God to rise in support of the Israelites when they encounter an enemy. So we will hear in our Torah reading today and in the Havdalah reading also what it meant for the Israelites to have the Ark of the Covenant with them as a symbol of strength, but also something which is considered a taboo, something which when you come too close, then it might that you feel that strength which you can't actually hold and contain, and which then leads to the tragic episodes we have in our Torah reading and in our Havdalah reading today. So we will, to contain this power of the words, rise for the Amidah when we sing also Zu Yisrael, and then I hope you will be guided through the words sung by our choir and by us in the Amidah in your personal encounter with the Eternal. We're on page 322 and the following pages, and if you are at home and you want, please rise for the Zu Yisrael and then the Amidah. Zu Yisrael, Kumar Bezrat Yisrael, Ufteinu Mecha, Yehuda veYisrael, Go Aleinu Adonai Tzvaot Shemo, Kadosh Yisrael, Baruch Atah Adonai, God Israel. Amen.
Adonai Sefer Tiftachu fi yadi teilatecha. Adonai Sefer Tiftachu fi yadi teilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'Elohei imoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Be'ezrat Sarah.
אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה מתים אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח עומד הגשם, מזריח השמש ומוריד הטל. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה מתים ברחמים רבים. זומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים. נקדש את שמך העולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאיך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ כבודו. אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו, מה אדיר שמך בכל הארץ. ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו, והוא ישמיענו ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון, לדור ודור. הללויה.
God קדושתך נקדיש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל. אותי לעולם, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ואת הארץ. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. אלוהי נצור לשני מרע, ושפתיים מדבר ממה. ונמכן אלי נפשי תדום, ונפשי כעפר לכל תהיה אלוהי. אלוהי. אלוהי נצור לשני מרע, ושפתיים מדבר ממה. ונמכן אלי נפשי תדום, ונפשי כעפר לכל תהיה אלוהי. אלוהי. אלוהי נצור לשני מרע, ושפתיים מדבר ממה. ונמכן אלי נפשי תדום, ונפשי כעפר לכל תהיה אלוהי. פתח ליבי ושפתי מדבר נימה, ונמכר אלי נפשי תדום, ונפשי כעפר לכל תהיה אלוהי, אלוהי. אלוהי נצור לשוני מרע, ושפתי מדבר נימה, ונמכר אלי נפשי תדום, ונפשי כעפר לכל תהיה אלוהי, אלוהי.
יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך, אדוני,
Thank you again to our choir and to these masterpieces Doron has, together with the choir, with his choir, composed for this and yesterday's service. It's amazing to see what we can do, and I think with all the downsides this pandemic has on our communal life, it also brings forth some wonderful flowers of creation in form of the videos and new forms of communicating and connecting together. We will today have two wonderful voices from our congregation reading to us our Torah reading and also the Havdalah. So I will not say too much in the beginning. First we will hear what they have recorded for us. It's Shira and Melanie. But before we do so, I'd like to read one thought-provoking text, which together with my words after the reading, hopefully give you an idea how we have to understand, or how we can, not how have to, but how we can understand the Torah and the Tanakh and its teaching. It says on page 369 in our Sidurim, the Torah is the record of the spiritual journey of the Jewish people and the lessons for life and conduct it has learned on that journey. It is teaching, law, tradition. It is the fruit of reason and outpouring of the Spirit in every age. It is interpretation of text and innovation of thought. Torah is the call for righteousness, justice, and equity, viewed as the divine will. And it is the response of each generation to the changing conditions of life. It is the ideas and ideals that make up our religious heritage. It is what God has revealed to us and what we have come to know of God. Our blessing for the Torah study is Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. And first we will listen to the voice of Shira Akos as she will read from us Leviticus chapter 9. If you have a cloud edition at home, we're on page 707. There is a link to the online text, but I will put the translation of the reading also here on the screen so that you can read along the English while Shira is chanting for us the Torah reading. Here is the first slide. And here is Shira reading for us Parashat Shemini, Leviticus chapter 9.
Vayehi bayom hashmini kara Moshe leAharon ulevanav uleziknei Yisrael ויאמר אל אהרון, קח לך עגל בן בקר לחטאת, ואיה לעולה תמימים, והקריב לפני אדוני. ואל בני ישראל תדבר לאמור, קחו סיר עזים לחטאת, ועגל וכבש בני שנה תמימים לעולה, ושור ועיל לשלמים, לזבוח לפני אדוני, ומנחה בלולב השמן, כי היום אדוני נראה עליכם. ויקחו את אשר ציווה משה על פני אוהל מועד, ויקרבו כל העדה, ויעמדו לפני אדוני. ויאמר משה, זה הדבר אשר ציווה אדוני תעשו, וירא עליכם כבוד אדוני. ויאמר משה אל אהרון, קרב אל המזבח, ועשה את חטאתך ואת עולתך, וכפר בעדך ובעד העם, ועשה את הקורבן העם, וכפר בעדם, כאשר ציווה אדוני. ויקרב אהרון אל המזבח, וישחט את עגל החטאת אשר לו, ויקרבו בני אהרון את הדם אליו, ויטבול אצבעו בדם, ויתן על קרנות המזבח, ואת הדם יצק אל יסוד המזבח, ואת החלב ואת הכליות, ואת היותרת מן הכבד מן החטאת, הקטיר המזבחה, כאשר ציווה אדוני את משה. ואת הבשר ואת העור שרף באש מחוץ למחנה. וישחט את העולה, וימציאו בני אהרון אליו את הדם, ויזרקהו על המזבח סביב, ואת העולה המציאו אליו לנתחיה ואת הראש, ויקטר על המזבח, וירחץ את הקרב ואת הקרעים, ויקטר על העולה המזבחה. ויקרב את קורבן העם, ויקח את שעיר החטאת אשר לעם, וישחטהו ויחטהו כראשון. ויקרב את העולה, ויעשה כמשפט, ויקרב את המנחה, וימלא כפו ממנה, ויקטר על המזבח מלבד עולת הבוקר. וישחט את השור ואת העיל, זבח השלמים אשר לעם, וימציאו בני אהרון את הדם אליו, ויזרקהו על המזבח סביב, ואת החלבים מן השור ומן העיל, העליה והמחסה והכליות, ויותרת הכבד, וישימו את החלבים על החזות, ויקטר החלבים המזבחה, ואת החזות, ואת שוק הימין הניף אהרון תנופה לפני אדוני, כאשר ציווה משה. וישא אהרון את ידיו אל העם, ויברכם, וירד מעשות החטאת והעולה והשלמים. ויבוא משה ואהרון אל אוהל המועד, ויצאו ויברכו את העם, וירא כבוד אדוני אל כל העם. ותצא אש מלפני אדוני, ותאכל על המזבח את העולה ואת החלבים. וירא כל העם, וירונו, ויפלו על פניהם.
Thank you, Tashira. This was the 7 aliyot we usually have when we are in the synagogue, and I thought it was beautiful to hear all this in one set. Parashat Shemini is an important one. It's at the end of the introductional service or opening of the first Mishkan, and it is the day, the 8th day, when Aaron and his sons are anointed as the high priests and start the service. And we will hear how this 8th day is quite an exciting but also a day of extraordinary circumstances, and what's happening, something is happening on that day. Parashat Shemini includes additional rituals of purity for the priests, and then concludes with rituals or laws of purity for the whole people, which we today understand as kashrut, as keeping kosher. We have the full sets of animals we're allowed to eat and not to eat, and how we should distance ourselves from any dead body or dead animal. Very interesting, and I try to put both ideas together with the Havdalah reading, which we will now hear a shortened version of it by Melanie Sohn, who has recorded it for us beforehand. So please listen also to Melanie, and then we try to put both together, our Torah reading and our Havdalah reading.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim, v'ratzah v'divrahem, haneh emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher ba'torah, uv Moshe avdo, uv Yisrael amo, uvin v'eh ha'emet v'tzedek. David again assembled all the picket men of Israel, 30,000 strong. Then David and all the troops that were with him set out from Baalim of Judah, to bring up from there the ark of God, to which the name was attached, the name Lord of hosts, enthroned on the cherubim. They loaded the ark of God onto a new cart and conveyed it from the house of Avi Nadav, which was on the hill. And Avi Nadav's sons Uzzah and Ahio guarded the new cart. They conveyed it from Avi Nadav's house on the hill, with Uzzah walking, alongside the ark of God, and Ahiel walking in front of the ark. Meanwhile, David and all the house of Israel danced before the Lord to the sound of all kinds of cypress wood, the lyres, harps, timbrels, and cymbals. But then they came to the threshing floor of Nakon. Uzziah reached out for the ark of God and grasped it, for the oxen had stumbled. The Lord was incensed at Uzziah, and God struck him down on the spot for his indiscretion, and he died there beside the ark of God. David was distressed because the Lord had inflicted a breach upon Uzziah, and that place was named Perez Uzziah, as it is still called. David was afraid of the Lord that day. He said, "How can I let the ark of the Lord come to me?" So David would not bring the ark of the Lord to his place in the city of David. Instead, David diverted it to the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite. The ark of the Lord remained in the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite for 3 months. And the Lord blessed Obed-Edom and his whole household. It was reported to King David, "The Lord has blessed Obed-Edom's house and all that belongs to him because of the ark of the God." Thereupon David went and brought up the ark of God from the house of Obed-Edom to the city of David amid rejoicing. When the bearers of the ark of the Lord had moved forward 6 paces, he sacrificed an ox and a fatling. David whirled with all his might before the Lord. David was girt with a linen ephod. Thus David and all the house of Israel brought up the ark of the Lord with shouts and with blasts of the horn. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, rock of all creation, righteous one of all generations, the faithful God whose word is deed, whose every command is just and true. For the Torah, for the privilege of worship, for the prophets, and for this Shabbat that you, Adonai, our God, has given us for holiness and rest, for honor and glory, we thank and bless you. May your name be blessed forever by every living being. Baruch atah Adonai, Kadesh ha-Shabbat.
To both, this was also a wonderful reading. We just heard from Samuel chapter 6:1 and the following verses, this story of returning or of bringing the Ark of the Covenant to the city of Jerusalem. And again, there is something about excitement, power, strength, and perhaps overstepping. In the beginning of our parasha, we hear that on the 8th day, a special ritual before the first anointment of the high priests have to be done, and this is a sin offering, a special preparedness, so that they are in that ritual state of purity. And then we hear about the first sacrifice they offer as their newly anointed priests. This causes a great excitement, and we're here in the next chapter of our parasha, in chapter 10, that Nadav and Avihu, the 2 eldest sons of Aaron the high priest, are perhaps in their excitement taking their pans for the sacrificial procedure and bring an additional sacrifice where the Torah says which God has commanded, which God didn't want, and then a fire, a special fire which ended in the chapter in the previous chapter, in chapter 9. The first sacrifice which consumed the sacrifice there is now the same flame is coming out of the altar and consumes Nadav and Abihu as a sacrifice, as an offering in the same way. And of course, generations have asked, how could this happen? What happened? What is so different in this moment when they bring a sacrifice, and just, let's say, an hour before, their father was bringing a sacrifice and nothing happened. And his sacrifice was taken, but he was not struck down by the Eternal. So the question is, what is the difference between the first and the second? And why is it that when the Ark of the Covenant, as we heard in the Havdalah reading, is placed in one house and it is safe and it is bringing fortune, in another moment it is such a dangerous object that if you only touch it, you will also consumed by fire. So there is something very difficult to understand, and we can see that rabbis through generations have studied it and have never come really to a good answer, because this is what one of my teachers said in his interpretation this morning, Rabbi David, who said, we don't know, we can't understand what is in a sphere of God. This is not known to us yet. We are just, as generations to generations, growing and perhaps coming closer with our understanding, as we had in this wonderful opening reading, that is through the revelation from generation to generation that we understand a little bit more of what is happening, how this world was created, so that our path leads to justice and to a redeemed world. What I think for our generation, for us in the situation we're living at the moment, is a takeaway from our Torah reading and the Havdalah reading, is something very interesting, that this excitement, this overexcitement after something happened, leads people to do more and perhaps to stop processing and just waiting and then slowly continuing the way. And what I feel a little bit after now all this tension we have with being in our homes, being in this lockdown, we all anticipate very much that we will be released from this lockdown. And then the real danger is that we, in our excitement, will run out, hug and kiss everyone, will organize big parties or whatever, but that we're not slowly stepping forward into a safe environment, that we're not creating a safe environment. The danger is that we hasten towards this liberated feeling, and that we're then create danger for us and the whole community. And I think there is a parallel or an idea, not a parallel but an idea, what our Torah is teaching us, to be slow, not overexcited. I think this is, to my understanding, what Nadav and Abihu were doing. They wanted too much. They wanted something more, and they were so excited of the first moment, just being the new priests, and wanted to do more and more and more, and just to show what they can do, instead of just waiting until it is the right time to do the next step. So my hope to us all is, when we're thinking how we can reintroduce services in our synagogue, how we can reintroduce going into our places of work, bring our kids back into kindergarten or school, we're very, very careful about the steps we're doing. Yes, there is a need for all of us to go out. We all need to see that our economy is again ignited and will function correctly. But if we do it too quickly, there will be a second and even a third wave of this corona pandemic, and this might be even more dangerous than the first has been so far. With these thoughts, I'd like to turn to our healing prayer we have for our congregants and those who are dear to us. On page 371, you find the Mishaberach, and once again I invite you, when I pause, to say the names or to type the names in the commentaries of Facebook or of YouTube, or send us also an email if you want to add someone to our refuah list. You may do so. On page 371, Misha Be'ach Avotenu Ve'emotenu Avram Yitzchak Ve'Yaakov Zar Rivka Rachel Ve'Leahu Yivarech Et HaCholim. Arthur Kruger, Bruce Jolson, Claire Cohen, David Kruger, Dennis Rubin, Doreen Greenberg, Elaine Sipora Smith, Fred Fisher, Herman Rothenberg, Joey Kaplan, Michelle Ross, Rael Burns, Roy Licht. הקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא רחמים עליהם, להחרימם ולרפאותם ולהחזיקם, וישלח להם מהרה רפואה שלמה מן השמיים, רפואת הנפש, רפואת הגוף, השתה בגלה בזמן קריב, ונאמר Amen. We will continue in a short moment with a blessing for the state of Israel, but before we do so, I'd like to announce the beginning of a new month. Time is still running, and we can see that 1 month is coming after the other. In the time of the Omer counting, and we're today on the 9th day, it is something remarkable that we have two Rosh Chodesh, a beginning of a new month, and the first one is the month of Iyar. יהי רצון מלפניך, אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, שתחדש עלינו את החודש הבא לטובה ולברכה, ותיתן לנו חיים ארוכים, חיים של שלום, חיים של פרנסה, חיים שתהא בנו אהבת תורה ויראת שמיים, חיים שימלאוהו משאלות ליבנו לטובה, אמן. מי שעשה ניסים לאבותינו וגאל אותם מעבדות לחירות, הוא יגאל אותנו בקרוב. חברים כל ישראל ונאמר אמן. ראש חודש יהיה ביום שישי ויום שבת הבא עלינו וכל ישראל לטובה. The month of Iyar will begin this coming Friday and Saturday. May this month be a good one for us and for all the Jewish people. יחדשנו הקדוש ברוך הוא עלינו וכל עמו בית ישראל לחיים ולשלום, לששון ולשמחה, לישועה ולנחמה, ונאמר Amen. May it be the will of the Eternal One ever to be praised, that this month bring for us and the whole house of Israel life and peace, happiness and joy, deliverance and consolation and health. And we say Amen. On page 377 you will find the prayer for Medinat Yisrael, for the state of Israel, and I invite you to listen to the wonderful voices of our choir, Avinu Shebashamayim. conclude our Torah study with Etz Chaim Hi, a tree of life. Is it the Torah?
Etz Chaim Hi, Mamor Chazikimah.
conclude our service with the Aleinu and then remembering those who have passed on. Some short reminders and announcements. The first one is this evening at 7:45 p.m., 19:45, we will have a short Havdalah in our garden, and you're all invited to join. The link is, if you want to join, just the same as for this morning's service. So you're all invited to conclude with us Shabbat as we open together also Shabbat with lighting the candles, the flame. The second thing is on Tuesday is Yom HaShoah, one of the most important days of remembrance in our Jewish calendar, I think. And this year, of course, we can't meet all together at the memorial at West Park Cemetery, but the Board of Deputies has organized for us an online version of that commemoration ceremony, and you're all invited the whole day to join. There, all the information have been sent to our congregants and are also available for you if you check on the Facebook page of the Board of Deputies. Then you will find the lineup of the program. There will be videos with testimonies of survivors, and of course we will hear voices, different voices of this generation singing and contributing to this very important memorial service. Next week we will have on Thursday an open shiur, or it actually is our introduction to Judaism class. We're starting with a section of the Hebrew Bible. Those who want to join, please send an email to Glynis, admin1@betdavid.org.za, so that we can send you the login details. This will be a Zoom session. On Friday morning, we will have a short Chosh Chodesh service with the Hallel and a short Shacharit. And then, of course, next Friday in the evening at 6 o'clock, you're all once again invited to join us for our Shabbat service. Once again, thank you to Melanie Sohn and to Shira Arkes for contributing their readings in this beautiful way. Shkoyach really to Shira, who can chant the Torah so beautifully, better than I. It's really a pleasure to hear her. And then last but not least, of course, our beautiful choir, and you can all look forward to hearing them again next Friday and Saturday with new videos produced by Doron. On page 586 we have the Aleinu, the concluding part of our service. Please join in. Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה יוצר וראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושרינתו זו ברוב מרומים. הוא אלוהינו עינות, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום השבתה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ ועל הארץ מתחתינו. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד שמו, ושמו אחד. It is hard to sing of oneness on page 595. It is hard to sing of oneness when the world is not complete, when those who once brought wholeness to our lives have gone, and naught but memory can fill the emptiness their passing leaves behind. But memory can tell us what we were in company with those we loved. It cannot help us to find what each of us alone must now become, yet no one is really alone. Those who live no more echo still within our thoughts and words, and what they did is part of what we have become. We do best homage to our dead when we live our lives more fully, even in the shadow of our loss. For each of our lives is worth the life of the whole world. In each one is the breath of the ultimate one. In affirming the one, we affirm the worth of each one, whose life now ended brought us closer to the source of life, in whose unity no one is alone, and every life finds purpose. On this Shabbat we remember Isi Leibov, father of Myrna Margot, Dean Wald, son of Ivan Wald, Marjorie Cotton, mother of Hayden Goldman, Jeff Donninger, mother of Dr. Cyril, brother of Dr. Cyril Donninger, Aubrey Geek, father of Marlene Licht, Barbara Norvig, sister of Stephen Melamed, Martin Gordon, stepfather of Cynthia Rosen, Brian Abrams, father of Gideon Abrams. We remember, of course, Rabbi Robert Rothman, who served Beit David between 2004 and 2006 as our rabbi. He is mourned by Miriam and his daughters Jessica, Kay and Dee, and of course all of us here at Beit David. We remember the now nearly 155,000 people who have been killed through the coronavirus, and we remember those who have no one for them on this day to remember them. They are living in our hearts. We know that. We're standing on their shoulders. They have contributed to this world so that this world is becoming a better place. Please, if you have names you like to add, put them into the commentary of in the live chat of YouTube or Facebook. You're all invited to do so, that we can remember together those who were so dear and important to you. On page 595 we have Yesh Kochavim, sung by our choir.
Yesh kochavim she'oram magiע atzah, רק אשר הם עצמם עטו לעינם. יש אנשים שזכרם מאיר, כאשר הם עצמם אינם עוד בתוכנו. אורות עיני המלאך
Once again, thank you to the choir, to all of you who have participated in this service. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. If we reached a special mark, it will give us some advantage in embedding the service also on our website, but therefore we need more than 100 people who subscribe. So if you can do so, please do so. Also tell your family and friends that we're doing these online services for the time of the lockdown, and we will then discuss together with all of you how we continue after the lockdown. But in the meantime, share the message, spread the message, subscribe, like our Facebook page, and don't be shy to put little comments into the live chat. We love that. We love to hear your voices in this way. Thank you all. Our choir will conclude the service with Adon Olam on page 6 to 5, and see you all this evening for Havdalah.
Shalom.
Adon Olam, Hashem alav, b'teren kol, Yatzir nivra, Yetnasa, b'chefzo kol, Hazai melech, Shemo nikra.